Hi everyone, here again with another local business owner, James Dinda from Northern Concepts Construction from right here in Comac. So hi James, how are
Hello.
you?
Thank you for taking time out, and we'll have a little, I guess, interview of where we all sit in today's pandemic and chaos, as I call it.
Yes, definitely, yes. Thank you for joining us. Um,
Yes.
how's everybody in your family and your crew?
Everyone's doing well. Everyone's just kind of getting used to this new norm of schoolwork and just kind of waking up and getting on your day and staying within your home. Um, you know, like in the last few weeks, I've become a barber. I've become an orthodontist. I've become a teacher and an owner of a business, which I started about 5 years ago. I worked for a company for 18 years, and pretty much I always had a vision of, just being part of a big group of guys that just really had a passion for building and providing a great service. And then a little over 5 years ago, Danielle and I, my wife, I have 3 kids, by the way, 3 beautiful kids, and a beautiful wife. But I need a little bit more time for myself, rather than be in the trenches all the time. So I had to step back from that company, and I started Northern Concepts. And it's just, we're doing really well, and the economy has been doing really well for us, and which in turn gave us a lot of work. And ever since then, we really didn't look back until now. And with the new pandemic of the COVID-19, it's really put a damper on all of our projects and things that we've been working on. But that's really, we do a lot of work in Nassau, Suffolk. We're located in Comac, so we do a lot of work in Comac area, Dix Hills, Melville, Huntington, Smithtown.
And you guys do beautiful, beautiful work. And, if anybody goes to visit Northern Concepts Facebook page, there's tons of beautiful pictures there, right?
Yes, thank you.
So,
Yeah, take pride in what we do. We just love what we still do. So,
yeah, no, it's good when you get to do what you love.
yeah.
So in 5 years, you guys grew quite a bit. You do a lot of work in the area. So
Yeah, if you provide a good service and a quality work at a good price, then that's really the recipe for success. Most of our work is all referral. In today's world with social media, like what we're doing now, it's really what has helped us succeed so rapidly. But it's really based on just kind of, it's having the passion and the guys that have the skills, not just letting things happen, and worrying about making money. It's more about just giving a great product what people are going to really see for years to come. I've seen many projects where it's already fallen apart, or things are already happening in a year or two later, where people spend good money on something. And I always tell people, it doesn't really matter about the money, that how much money you have. It's, you really don't want to be doing it twice.
right.
Not, you just didn't plan it out properly, or you have the wrong contractor or the wrong material. There's so many different reasons why you got to do your homework, or you got to just use a contractor or a company that knows what they're doing. And that's pretty much why you're hiring a company. That's one of the criteria of a company should have, is having a design and knowledge of what they're doing for you.
Exactly. And there's so many horror stories, especially being in real estate like I am. I always hear horror stories about a contractor that didn't do it right, or skipped out in the middle of the job and didn't show up, horrible
Yeah,
stories. So
yeah. No, they're out there. And social media is really, everyone's got each other's back when it comes to that. When, if you do something wrong, it's gonna haunt you. And but it's really, you gotta have, it's, you're bred, not everyone could be a boss and not everyone could be an owner, but, sometimes people do take on that responsibility and they get overwhelmed and then you start cutting corners or whatever it may be. Um, and then it shows its face eventually.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Especially like you said, with social media nowadays, it's really there's
Yeah.
no way to get away from
Yeah.
get away with bad work, right?
Yeah.
So
Uh,
what kind of work does Northern Concepts NCC does?
well, we specialize in a lot of interior work. We do a lot of kitchen renovations, bathroom renovations. I do work pretty close with a kitchen designer, so she does a lot of my kitchens for me. Um, and then the bathrooms, we do a lot of bathroom renovation, master bathrooms, regular, just regular everyday bathrooms. Your main floor bathroom, and basements, and it's just a lot of homes that are on Long Island, they everything gets dated within a few years, whether or not not many homes are being built from new structures anymore. So a lot of the projects that we come into, people want updated moldings, work, some nice carpentry, whether or not it's raised panels and shiplap, and but there's so many different styles, and it's so you really have to know first. You learn like your clientele, what they're looking for, whether or not they like contemporary or modern, or or traditional, and then you kind of just kind of feed off of them of what they want. But so we kind of cater to that, and then we do a lot of outdoor projects too, a lot of outdoor living space, backyards, whether or not it's from new pools and patios and decks and pavilions. It's that industry is endless. Like everything, it's really off of initial consultation, you always try to figure out a budget,
Right.
and a long-term goal, like people's lifestyles. Like if you have other brothers and sisters, if who's handles all those parties. If you're one of three other siblings and everyone has a pool, you may not need those overly extra trendy things because you only have one or two parties. Maybe you have a small just group of friends. So it's really a lot of outdoor stuff is based on obviously size and what the town will allow you to do within your property lines, but it's also like your lifestyle, and
Right.
that's going to determine, you know, how we come in there and design your project, you know.
And that's
Um,
great that you put it all together, that you're not only looking at, okay, how much money you're going to pay me, but you're actually trying to figure out what your client needs and wants are versus, what reality is and what are they actually going to use it for. And that's
exactly.
great. That's really awesome.
Because a lot of interior work, like I said, I do use a designer, so she handles the CAD program, and she has the programs that can show you your kitchen. But we in-house do our own outside work, so we have the programs that show the 3D planning, so we can create you know designs that just way out of your budget. But it's, you just got to learn. You learn and you understand what people want, and not everything, like I tell people, not everything was built overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight. Everything, there are phases of different projects, but as long as you have a good plan and you stay to it, you never really have to do things twice, and that's what's most important. When
Exactly.
you spend money twice, it's that much more painful.
Yeah.
um, and that comes to do with the contractor that you're going to use, the material that you're going to use, and then also the plan that you're going to have. Because if something doesn't work out in the end, then you start readjusting things, and that's never good.
Right. Right. Exactly. So, but on a more serious note, how is this whole situation affecting you? How is your company getting through this?
We're being patient. It's to say the least. It's not easy what we do. Our restrictions, the guidelines of the government, or one guy can be put on a job at a time, which a lot of what we do is based on, you always need a helper. So we had to walk off a couple of jobs that we were in the middle of when the whole pandemic started. So we had to shut those jobs down. They were inside jobs. And then now with the season, now this is the optimum time to be doing work outside. Whether or not it's, getting the pools installed, getting them ready for Labor Day, planting. This is a crucial time of year to plant. Seeding, sod, everything needs time to get acclimated. You don't want to be planting brand new plants in the middle of July. Things are going to go into shock. The cool weather, the last few days, the last couple of weeks or whatever, last 10 days, the rain, it's been rainy out. So it's kind of like, your hands were tied anyway, but it's just, got to be patient. It's like I said, there's not much we can do. We're doing a lot of planning still. We're on the phone with the clients that we have, and keeping them up to speed of what we know. We don't know much. Right now we know that May 15th is our next date that we're looking forward to.
Right.
And we're just gonna see panning out. It's just obviously when we do go back into people's homes, we will be wearing masks. We will be wearing gloves. I do have a digital thermometer that I spoke with one of my clients they were actually an older couple, and they're very concerned about the temperature and this and that. So yes, that's one way of detecting whether or not someone has the COVID-19 or coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. So that's one way to detect it, but that's only one, I guess, one sign of it.
Right.
So just no easy way for any business at this point.
Yes, but I'm glad that you're taking the initiative to, use the thermometer and have the masks and the gloves so that you're keeping your clients safe. So that's great. That's really great to see that you care, So when this is all over, what's the first thing you want to do?
I don't know don't know what that's going to be, but just maybe just to walk into a supermarket and feel like you're not encroaching on someone else's space, or like just you walk next to someone now and you just automatically feel like like when you take two magnets and you put them the wrong way, and it's just like it feels like you have pressure. It just feels like there's a lot of pressure between people's space right now.
Right.
Whether or not to even go out to dinner and just sit down and enjoy a nice bottle of wine, or just anything, just even take the kids out to, to a movies or bowling or miniature golf. Who knows at what point we're going to be back to normal.
Right. Just to be able to do something social with other people around and not feel like, oh, you have to go like this and walk away and run away from other people, right?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you really enjoy that bottle of wine when this is all over.
Yeah.
So last question. I was just curious, what are the top 5 remodeling construction projects that your clients are asking for right now? Or, in the past few months?
Luckily we are seeing a lot of interest in continuing some outdoor projects. Obviously, outdoor living, there's a lot of, mostly it's fire pits, fireplaces, sitting walls, outdoor kitchens, pavilions, whether or not they're at a box, at a box store like Costco sells pavilions, but you still have to address space for that.
Mm-hmm.
We do custom build pavilions, which they could be TVs and fans, and it's really endless when it comes to that. That they're still very popular. Decking is very popular now. Years ago, or for the past, I would say, decade, A lot of pavers now with the composite decking. The decking is a lot different now, a lot of different colors and textures, and the longevity of it. It's a lot better than the first generation of composite.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Indoors, there's still, people still want the hotel amenity bathrooms and the open layouts of the kitchens and, the flooring, LVT flooring, which is a vinyl floor that became very popular in the last few years. We do a lot of that. That kind of took over some of the regular tile where people, with either tile or hardwood floors. Now LVT comes in that plank floor. It looks very similar to wood. It comes in a lot of different textures and colors.
What
It's
does
very,
LBT stand for?
what's that?
What does LBT stand for? Is it like a laminate or
Yeah, the laminate
like?
vinyl flooring.
Oh,
It's like the laminate flooring. Uh, it just got it's a vinyl. It's mostly recommended for wet areas,
like
basement.
basements?
Yeah, and believe it or not, it goes well in kitchens. You don't have to worry about it's separating in kitchens. It's vinyl, so you don't scratch it necessarily easily.
Oh, nice.
Um, but yeah, it's been very, very popular in the last few years. Um, but what else? It's really
It,
you think it, we can do it.
and is it
Ma-
seasonal? Like your request, obviously, right? It's seasonal. When spring comes, everybody wants to do outdoor stuff, and then when winter comes, it's all indoor, or it varies.
That's very, very true because now people think well, this year in particular, I've gotten calls in the last few weeks. People want pools because they're afraid that the kids aren't going to have anything to do for the summertime.
Right.
Uh, One thing though, that's not really going to happen overnight because with permits and planning and scheduling for that matter, it'd be almost virtually impossible to have a pool ready by 4th of July. So really, I recommend that people just go get those Intech pools, the 18-foot Intech pools, and just deal with the situation that we have today and plan for tomorrow. Rather than just spend money foolishly and just say, well, I had to do something, so I spent $30,000-$40,000, and I absolutely hate it because I should have thought it out. But that's what people right now are doing. They're concerned about what am I going to do with my kids over the summer because they go, most kids, go away, in our area in Comac, a lot of kids go away for the summer.
Right.
But now they're running around going, all right, what do I do with my kids? And, so, you don't want to make, any kind of decision, and a costly decision just to do it.
Right.
So, that's really, like you said about the outdoor work, yes. And now a lot of outdoor work, people power wash their house, they stain their house, they paint their house, they redo the vinyl siding, they may put new walkways in, they seed the property, they mulch the property, so you start putting annual plants in, you do planting. So it's that time of the year we're going to go outdoors. So everyone spends their money outdoors. Then after the summer's over, people start thinking about the holidays. So that's when we go indoors and we start amping up that end of it. But we do a lot of projects throughout the course of the summer indoors, but mainly people's mind frame is on the outside. And then come the winter time, they're like, all right, well then now we'll put in, the new kitchen or, so start, toward the end of the summer, people start thinking of, the holidays coming up for the kitchen or the bathroom or, or like that honey to-do list is all right. Now we have the inside of the house to do. So, it's, people are interesting when it comes to the way they think, but that's what keeps us, that's what keeps us going.
Definitely. Yeah. Change some, changes and improvements to where you live makes it enjoyable. So, but
Yeah.
speaking of permits, are you able to work with permits and get permits right now?
They are accepting permits. I don't necessarily know, how I know that there's people in the town working and looking through stuff. I haven't submitted any plans or anything since this whole thing started, because it's, it's hard to sit down, with clients and understand, like, what they want to do. So a lot of people are just so right now they don't even know, what they're going to have a job. So a lot of planning on that aspect has slowed down, but a lot of the planning that we can do with our programming, we just kind of get the ideas going, and then we submit the plans, after we get a final rendering. But I have my pool company, which I spoke to today, and he did tell me that they are reviewing plans. Whether or not they're giving permits is a different thing. So they are reviewing plans and going through them, but they're not allowing any permits, because under the restrictions, you're not supposed to work anyway.
Right.
So they're not going to wave something in front of you and tell you that you have it, but you can't do it. So
Right. Plus they expire, right? So what's the point of?
yeah, another thing too. Yeah. But
Well, this is great information. Thank you again for joining us and letting us know a little bit more about your business. And everyone, if you're considering making a change or to your indoor or outdoor living space, please contact James from Northern Concepts at 516-523-7625. And he'll do a great job for you, just like all his other customers, right? So,
thank you.
thank you so
Everyone
much,
be
Jane.
well. Be well. Thank you again, Olivia.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.